I remember the great postcard debacle of 2018. Started on a cold day in Utrecht, just a little town just outside of Amsterdam.
No. Hello. Hello. Post office that way? The post office to mail stamps? It's okay, thank you. So we've established that few people, if any, speak English. Once that wind hits you, you kind of think to yourself, should I have worn my jacket? And you're just like, it's just right around the corner. I mean, the lady's like pointing to it, like we could see it. Like, we don't need a jacket, do we?
And across the mill, there's a secret shop where you can buy a card and a stamp.
Perfect. And that's where I'll get my postcards?
Yes, and then you continue the street. We've got the grocery shop, the Jumbo, and across of it, there's the letterbox where you can post it.
All right, so letterbox and the posting in the... Turns out, yeah, a jacket would have been a good idea. That's how you know you're in a safe neighborhood. You got the big graffiters. Look at that. There's the windmill. Now, right across the street from the windmill should be a market of some kind that perhaps sells postofulars. Good. I always worry about crossing streets because holding a selfie stick, you look like a total douche, and everyone's staring at you anyway because they're like, look at that douche with a selfie stick. You know what it would be like to be a douche with a selfie stick getting hit by a car crossing a street? A whole new level of douchery. All right, let's take a gander in here.
Of course, I realize now that the nice lady said cigarette shop.
It's a secret shop, it's a secret shop, it's a secret shop.
Cigarette shop. I walked into the DHL office. How much could have been avoided had I just reviewed the tape?
Hello.
Yeah.
How do you do? How do you do?
Hello.
I should also note here that I have this infectious desire for everyone around me to be fairly comfortable, so I don't walk into places and just put my camera in people's faces. But I might start because after watching this footage, it's like, who are these people? What do they want? Why do they not speak any English?
Do you have postcards? These are cards, but postcards like to mail to like postcards?
Stamps.
Stamps.
Yes.
Do you have stamps?
Yes.
Fantastic. And like these are cards, but like postcards, like tourist type cards, like
Tourist.
yeah, like cards. Like these are like birthday cards, right?
Yes.
But I need like a tourist card.
I have no tourist.
You have no touristy. No
Maybe
posty cardsy.
Then the nice lady motioned as if she was gonna go get someone from the back who spoke more English, but who in fact did not speak more English, just spoke louder not English.
I need a postcard. Yeah, like a tourist card.
No.
No?
No. VVV.
None of those, huh? Do you know where I could get those?
Yes, I say. VVV office with the Dom, by the Domtoren in the city.
In the city, the
Yes, by the Dom.
Pardon?
Yeah, VVV office.
Favor?
Info from the city.
Okay.
I really have no idea what she's saying. I'm just kind of just going, oh, these are sounds. These are sounds you're making. But maybe she can offer some direction.
Fantastic. Like by the train station?
No, by the Domtoren.
By the Dome Torah.
The toren. The
What's
tower.
the tower? Tower.
From Utrecht.
Okay.
Yes.
That helps.
You walk that way, you see the tower, you walk to the tower.
And I'll come back and I'll get some
And there
stamps.
is the...
So, okay, thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Yeah, so that was awesome.
Holy sweet Jesus in heaven, it was a cigarette shop.
It's a secret shop, it's a secret shop, it's a secret shop.
Oh my God, I did find the right place. I feel better about it now.
It's like when you play that Pictionary game and you're all trying to draw something and like no one has a clue what you're drawing. Like you have to try and draw something else. Like you can't just keep pointing to the same thing and being like, well, how come he's not getting it? It's kind of what that was like. Kind of exactly what that was like. What, I gotta push a button? If I don't push a button, it doesn't turn green for me. So then she said, go to the tower. But she didn't say tower, she said tower, go to the tower. You've lived here your whole life, you know what that is, I don't. Turns out it's the tower, which I can now see in front of me. This is the tower thing. Well, I'll show it to you when we get there. It's very tower-like.
Oh yeah, it was tower-like, but it wasn't the tower. But I'm getting a touch ahead of myself. Let's talk about where we are.
Probably thinking to yourself, Danny, how hard could it be to buy a postcard and some stamps? You're in Amsterdam, one of the most touristy city in all of the Netherlands. What's wrong with you? The quick answer to that is I'm actually not in Amsterdam. I'm in a city called Utrecht. The reason I'm in Utrecht is because it costs $150 a night to stay in Amsterdam. It costs $60 a night to stay in Utrecht. Where the fuck does tower go? So anyway, I find myself in a village in the Netherlands, surrounded by beautifully friendly people, and now I'm looking for a tower. And there's a tourist thing. I've lost it. Look, art. That's not weird at all. I need a jacket. Fucking tower at. Ah, there it is. So that must be the tower. And near the tower, we will find postcards and stamps. Hopefully in a quantity sufficient to handle. Jesus, I'm not really much in picking up dog shit here. Yeah, almost to the tower. All right, so we've made it to the tower, or the only thing in the remote area that could be considered the tower. It's not really the tourist thing we hoped it would be. More just a tower. There's a lady eating some eggs or something. I don't even know what's going on. This is like someone's house. This is like someone's house. This is the tower. What I assumed was the tower, but maybe it isn't the tower. I mean, it has to be the tower. I mean, look at it. Look at it. I mean, that has to be the tower, right?
Fortunately, at that moment, a postal service worker came by on his little scooter. I'm sure he'll be able to lend some assistance in the acquirement of postcards and stamps.
Hey, do you know where I could buy postcards and stamps?
Ja, bij de Plus op de Voorstraat.
The what?
Plus op de Voorstraat.
The huh?
Plus op de Voorstraat.
The Flip-Thousand?
Plus op de Voorstraat.
Is that right by the... It's okay. It's okay. We don't need to know what he calls it. We just need to know where it is.
Where's that?
Ja, dus daarachter. Ja, er zit een winkel, dus een supermarkt Plus. Die zit daar op de Voorstraat.
Oh, so it is by the flip. How far is that exactly?
Can I walk there?
Ja, 5 minuten geloof ik.
5 minutes that way?
Ja, even kijken, hier erin, dan meteen rechts, helemaal rechtdoor en dan left.
Left, okay.
Dan zit je aan de rijkern.
All right, thanks. Yeah. Yeah. So, Netherlands, English, not really, huh? Oh, maybe that's the tower. Maybe that's the tower she's talking about. Maybe that right there is the tower. What's
tower.
The tower. Tower.
From Utrecht.
It just gets further and further. I was like, you know, I'm just gonna pop out, gonna grab some postcards, gonna pop back in. What do I need a jacket for? It's just down the street. I can see it from here. It's only 4 degrees outside. Who needs a jacket? I'm gonna get some postcards, some stamps. How long could that possibly take, right? It's not like your ears are gonna fall off walking around a village you've never been in, lost as fuck, looking for some postcards and some stamps. Look, we got leather work, we got purses. Dude's selling some children's clothes over there. This is a happening kind of place. Postcards, no. Stamps, no. None of that. That we don't have. That's gonna be down the street. You're gonna wanna make a left or a right, depending on how cold you are.
Of course I didn't give up. We never give up. We always push through. And eventually, you know, right by the train station, I found what I was looking for.
Sure, look what I found. Got ourselves some postcards. This one's from Utrecht. These are Utrecht postcards. These are valuable right here. I'm gonna take a couple of the tower. Gotta get the windmill one. King and Queen maybe. Oh, there's a cows. Oh, there's a pretty little postcard right there. Oh, this is one of the tower we're never gonna go to, never gonna visit. This little guy and that one. Oh man, I hope these aren't like €5 a piece. How you doing? All right, 13 postcards, 13. And I need stamps, international, for them as well. And some gloves and some matches to build a fire, if you've got that. And these stamps are good for anywhere? Like I just put them in a... And they go anywhere in the world? Yeah. Fantastic.
Only the cards.
Only the cards, yeah, no, obviously, yeah. I wouldn't mail an animal.
35.95.
35 euros.
I do not know why it always surprises me how much things cost. I just have this idea in my head that postcards are less than 35 euros.
95 euro cents. Well, there's a 50.
It's not really about how much they cost, it's about how much they're worth. These postcards, they're worth their weight in gold.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay. Well done, Melbourne. Still most expensive place to buy stamps. I have no idea where I am.
And now if you'll allow me the indulgence of my general observations.
A lot of people on bikes out here. The whole bike situation is happening. Is the train station like that way?
Yeah, just go.
Perfect. That way. I know where I am from the train station, so I guess. So from what I read on the Wikipedia page, Utrecht has a population that's pretty much a bunch of young people going to college here, which is kind of wicked cool if you think about it. It's like 52% women, 48% men, and college age. And I'm seeing that on the street. I'm seeing a bunch of young people, to be honest with you. There's the occasional fogey, but you know, you gotta just imagine they've been here, you know, they got rights. I think that's a beaver. There's a brand name. Outdoorsy, eh? What is that? Are those beaver shoes? Yeah, they are. They're beaver. Oh, so they got this rainbow crosswalk, which was kind of neat, over by the train station, and the little symbol in the walk thing, instead of being like a hand or a little man or something like that, a little bunny rabbit, which is something to do with Dutch something. So I'm gonna look that up.
I did look it up, and as it turns out, Miffy, the bunny rabbit, her creator, Dick Brana, probably not how you pronounce that, was from Utrecht. So, you know, they honored him by making that stoplight Miffy.
And then you got this guy. He got like bird shit all over his face. Kind of intense. It's like, we're gonna honor you by creating a statue for birds to shit all over. But yeah, so anyway, I figured out where the train station thing was, and then from there, I know how to walk back to our little house. What I've learned is that when I go to mail the postcards after filling them out, I'm gonna wear a jacket. Pretty much what I've learned.
What do you write on a postcard to a person you've never met on the internet who enjoys your work so much that they send you $15, giving you the opportunity to continue your important work? I mean, other than thank you, what else is there?
Bang, bang, bang. I finished writing all the postcards. So each one is personal, and each one is special, and each one is its own little thing. So here's a random selection. Dear blank, whose identity I will protect. I find myself in the Netherlands for possibly the 4th or 5th time, but I've never been to this little town. It's nice, not sure if I'd return, and I'm not really sure if the people here are real, but for a moment they seemed real enough. Well, I hope this letter puts a smile on your face. If it did, the trip out here was worth it. It's exactly what I'm thinking when I'm writing, at the moment I'm writing it. I try to get in touch with exactly what I'm feeling and put that on a postcard and mail it. So, you know, sign up for the Postcard Club.
Then I went to the train station and missed a train.
Missed the train. Missed the train to the airport. So did they. Slightly different reactions. I was kind of like, whatever. They seemed pretty upset.
While I was at the train station, I was able to find a mailbox, but of course it wasn't just any mailbox, it was the mailbox of temptation. Like, it had 2 openings, and I didn't know which one my postage was supposed to go into because nothing was written in English. Which I totally understand because that's not their language. But, you know. So I had to pick one, and I think I picked the right one because, as I understand it, the people that I mailed the postcards to have already received them. Yeah, I gotta get a little faster at editing videos, turns out. They got the postcards like a week ago. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was the Postcard Debackle of 2018. Won't you join us next month when we go to India to mail people postcards? That should be a walk in the park after this. I like this idea, flying around the world just to mail random people I've never met postcards. Quite possibly the most important work one could commit their life to. I love you, my little lemon drop. Do join us next week when we start Science Week, because it's been forever since we've done a science experiment. If you have no idea what that is, here's the preview of Science Week playlist. And comment. Let me know what you think of the new story format. And I need a haircut, kind of like a side note. I love you, my little lemon drops. Do join us when we continue. Hard at work. Hard.